Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Britt and I'm an adult doll collector who loves to collect Monster High, and my collection is mostly G3, but I'm really trying to get my hands on G1 in this crazy world climate that where things are just so expensive. But I was able to get my hands on Lenore Loomington for a really good price. She's on sale right now. So she was originally 75 and I got her for 45. So excited to have her. She's a beautiful doll that I've been wanting for a long time. She's got that very gothic Victorian aesthetic that I love so much. So she's going to fit right into my collection. And Mattel Creations is doing a big sale right now, and I also got my hands on Midnight Runway Frankie, so you'll see that video coming up. I got her for a really good price too. I got her for $26, so I'm glad that, most Skelector or the alumni dolls sell out immediately, but, these were a little controversial when they came out. I'm so happy to have them. And I'm glad that Mattel did this sale, I'm guessing for like Black Friday and the holiday season. So I was able to get these dolls for a really good price. So you can see me like struggling. I was really trying to film this box art, but it was so reflective. It was literally a mirror. Our box art is a mirror. And you can see my face, you can see my room, you can see my messy desk that I need to clean. And yeah, I was really just trying to find the angle. So this is what you're gonna have to get of me filming the box. If you're looking for that like perfectly curated content, it's definitely not gonna be my channel, but I try. But anyway, here's her box as best as I can show you. She has this plastic covering, like slip cover over her actual box, and it's got like these teal illustrations on it of candles and flowers and flora and fauna, like her garden. She's like a garden themed ghoul. There's my Sweet Screams Twyla, which I got. My first one came totally smashed, so I did order an in-box and out-of-box Twyla, which I normally don't do because I'm not really an in-box collectors except for like pre-productions. But I just decided to do that on a whim, and I'm glad I did because there was a lot of issues with shipping with the Twyla. But this video isn't about Sweet Screams Twyla, so let's get back to Lenore. Here's her like packaging under that crazy plastic, and me being awkward as hell because I didn't want to be filmed in the video, but there's my face. So enough with the front, here's the back, her beautiful illustration. She has a pet spider, which not a huge fan. I hate spiders, but I get it. But Lenore is a new character we don't know much about, so she does come with this little poem that gives us some insight on who she is. So I'm going to read it for you guys. You could read it for yourself, pause it, or fast forward it, but I'm going to read it for you. And it says, Lenore Loomington. On a dark, eerie night, Lenore saw a soft glowing light. Full of curiosity, with a lantern in her hand, she stumbled into a mysterious garden surrounded by glowing sand. This mysterious protected place was so secret and kept out of sight. It can only be entered by bright candlelight. The garden is home to a menagerie of ghostly creatures and flowers, all searching for that special someone who would spend time with them for hours. To be in the garden, you two become a ghostly apparition. But Lenore loved the garden and its creatures so much she wanted to stay with their permission. She noticed her body had become shimmery, ghostly, and very divine. She knew together in this ghostly garden they all can let their spirits shine. And then you have Rebecca Shipman, the artist, and her signature there. So I don't know if this is canon or whatever, but from my take is Lenore was walking one night in like her garden or wherever, and she sees this mysterious garden surrounded by glowing sand. So I'm thinking boogie sand, right? Like it's a dream. And she's walking with her lantern. The candlelight lets her in through like this magical portal, and she enters the garden of ghostly creatures and flowers. And we're all searching for someone who would spend time with them for hours, right? So there she's spending time with them, and because she's maybe getting lost in time, she eventually turns into a ghost herself, which ultimately means that, she passes. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you guys ever read like The Mists of Avalon, but um like Morgan, however you say her name. She steps into like the fairy realm and she loses track of time, and she eventually like gets out of it, but like she could have potentially stayed there forever. Kind of reminds me of Lenore's story. So she loved the garden and creatures so much she wanted to stay, and then she eventually changed and became a part of the garden. So it's a really cool ghostly story, beautiful Victorian elements, which I love. So it's really cool gothic story. And Lenore is also like, if you know anything about Edgar Allan Poe, it's Lenore was like a poem, I think, or a short story. So yeah, I can see where like inspiration came from, things like that. And I love it. It's right up my alley, so I really like this doll. I really don't understand the controversial take. I guess maybe because she didn't have any media, like any story. Maybe they could have did like a quick little YouTube short or something. I don't know. They could have put some media out about her. And I think because the doll was kind of pricey at $75 when she came around, now that's like so such a normal price. So like I don't know. But I guess it's good for me because she didn't sell out and I got her now, like a few years later. What was this, 2023 release? So, they tried to get rid of her and that's why she's on such a sale now. But here's her inner packaging. There's her poem in the back. She's got spider webs all around her, which makes me think creepy thoughts, like the spiders just started spinning webs around her. Like I'm getting queasy just thinking about it. Like she's just got webs all over. So like they kind of like attacked her and like made her their home on her. It was so gross. But she's got like a web and candle in her hair, and then she's got those candle earrings. This harness is like webs, like it kind of looks like a dewy web, like with some beads of dew on it. I love the illustration on her skirt. There's some of the forest details in pink, her disgusting friend there. At least it only has two sets of eyes. Her lantern. Her color scheme is very Twilight coded, so the boogie sand thing, it's kind of, that's like what it's like reminding me of. Like she would look really good next to a Twilight doll. And I love Twilight, so her color scheme is right up my alley. There is the certificate of authenticity that you want to keep. Make sure if you throw out the box that you just grab this. And it shows that Rebecca Shipman was the designer. So don't forget that when you throw out your packaging. But there's her beautiful face. I'm going to get her out so we can get a better look. Here's the beautiful Lenore unboxed. I love her hair. I love that minty, like light green and the purple on her black hair. This dress, I can see where the budget went. Like, I feel like the budget went to her, like, what I think she's like Victorian era. She's got this pink candle with spiderweb. Her absolutely immaculate face screening, which I think her face is absolutely gorgeous. Her eyes, her sparkly tears. That was such a beautiful detail that they thought of. She's got those purpley lips. Sorry, it's not focusing, but here we go. Her eyes are like pink and purple. I love that shimmer tear. I think they're tears anyway. Maybe it's part of her transformation into a ghost. Her lips are that beautiful purple color. There's her earrings. It's got a candle. I guess those are like flowery things at the top. It's hard to make out. These flowers get lost. I wish they were painted in that pink or something. Some nice color. I kind of want to paint them. Then you have this mesh black material, which is kind of like over this like chiffon, like midnight blue color. She's got these beautiful bell sleeves. I like that her arms are wrapped in plastic. I don't know if that was just to keep it from staining, because I know they do that sometimes, but she's got the bell sleeves and this beautiful illustration of the garden. So it's got like bats, and I love that little mouse. It's like one of my favorite parts of her dress is that little rat looking up at like the magical, like, I don't know, atmosphere. We got the bees, we got some moths or whatever, some spider webs. It's so pretty. This is like, I don't know how you could not like this doll, but to each their own. I could see where the budget went in her dress. And if you look, here are her shoes. So she's got these, what looks like ghostly, I don't know what that is, like clouds or smoke under her like boots. And then she's got more spider webs. She does have this underdress, which it's black and it just has lace at the bottom there. There's no lace at the top. But she does come with an underdress, which you could totally like use for another doll or whatever. I love her hair. Actually, I was just thinking maybe that stuff on her eyes isn't like tears, but like the boogie sand. Like, when you sleep and you have like sand in your eyes. I don't know, just a thought. But here's her stand. It's bigger than it's taller than most Monster High stands to make her float. And the waist clip only goes so far down, so it like has like a stopping point. So you can make her kind of like float. I love the glitter in there. Here's her lantern, which a lot of people complained because it was kind of cheap. And I get it, it's a lot of plastic, like this spiderweb detail, but you could take it off. The flame is not painted, which a lot of people complained about because, like, where's the detail? But it's kind of like a ghostly candle is what I'm getting at, and it's supposed to be glow in the dark. That's just what I heard. I haven't tested it or anything. And here's this disgusting, I'm sorry, I don't care. Spiders in any form, I can't do it. It freaks me the hell out. Just can't do it. So I took that plastic harness off of her, that big like chunky spider web, just so you guys can maybe like get a feel for her, without all that plastic. I know a lot of people don't like, Monster High loves to give chunky belts and like just plastic everything. And that's why I really kind of like Lenore. I know she has like the big chunky plastic stuff, but like if you look at her dress, the dress is pretty high quality, right? Like, she does have these flowy sleeves, this long train, something we're not really getting a lot lately from Monster High. We're getting a lot of cheap fashion. And I kind of wish they would go back to like the old quality, but in terms of where we are economically in the world and, the manufacturing of things, the cost, don't think we're going that direction. But yeah, I'm probably going to display her with that plastic piece, so I'm going to put it back on. I'd love to paint those flowers. I just don't know if it would be an improvement like that I can make. Here are her shoes. I flipped those little plastic pieces the same direction. That's kind of how she was packaged in the box. But here, I didn't show you a close-up of her shoe without that like piece on. So it's got like frills and buttons and like some, I don't know, ornate details that you can kind of see. Like maybe it was like fabric. And that's why I'm thinking that, she's like Victorian or Edwardian, because those shoes look very much that era. Here's her beautiful face. Again, boogie sand or tears? The boogeyman is kind of like the Sandman in a way, but he gives you like nightmares. So I just wonder, like, is this a boogeyman trap that she like fell into? I don't think Twyla would do something like this. Maybe she entered into his garden without knowing. I don't know. I'd love some more lore, but there's like, there's so much that your like imagination can kind of fill in. Um, and I enjoy like that kind of stuff about like fantasy and dolls. You can kind of create your own little world. But yeah, Lenore's gorgeous. I'm so happy that she, was still available after all these years because, it's hard to get all the dolls at once. Like I am struggling. They're releasing them over the years, but it's like if you don't grab them right when they release, like the resellers go crazy. And like dolls that I've missed that I want so bad are now like, $500 and it or like 200 at minimum. It's kind of like it's like a hard game to get into now towards the end, but like I really like the doll. Like I like display them. I play with them. I, touch them. Like I'm that kind of doll collector. I'm not here just trying to get every single doll just for, you know, I don't know, some people want to like brag. It's strange, but like I actually like try to get the dolls I love. So happy I got her. I would love to see more dolls like her. I just don't know if we're gonna be able to get that. I'm gonna be hopeful. But there's her gross spider, which I don't know the name of. Did they ever say the spider's name? I don't know. He like or she made a home on poor Lenore. It's absolutely disgusting. But as long as it doesn't fall on me, because it's on my top shelf, I'll be all right. But there she is on my shelf. It'd be cool to put like a light under her dress because of the chiffon. It would kind of glow. And here's Miss Emily's dress. It's actually so sad. Like this is the quality of Emily's dress, and Lenore is like beating her on the dress game. And like if you really think about it, like Lenore's dress isn't like the top dresses that we've got from Mattel, so it's just kind of like funny that her dress is so nice, but like in terms of like doll dresses, like it's just like kind of the bare minimum, but then you look at like the Corpse Bride and then you're just like, well, we could go worse, we could go lower. So don't tempt them. Anything's possible. But look how tall she is next to all my other ones. But there's the gorgeous, controversial Lenore. I feel like Monster High can't make a doll these days without any controversy. That's just a doll world. But I love her. I think the off-white dolls are on sale, so grab those while you can for the holidays. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!